Barbados, get up. Good morning. Good morning, Barbados. Good morning. Good morning to you. Good morning. Morning, morning, morning. Good morning to you. Good morning. Morning, Barbados. Good morning. Good morning to you. Good morning. Morning, Barbados. Good morning. Wake up, wake up, wake up. Morning to you.
Good morning to you on this Wednesday, November 6th. Great to have you with us on Morning Barbados. We are going to be traveling all around the globe today, taking in a little bit of everywhere. But we wanted to start with what's happening right next door, or right here in Barbados as well. Of course, we had election updates live last night on CBC TV 8. And we're hearing this morning Trump is declaring victory as he wins Pennsylvania. So former President Donald J. Trump is closing in on Trump addressed his supporters in Florida. We've achieved the most incredible political thing, he said. So we definitely will stay on top of that and continue to update you throughout the show and throughout the day here on CBC TV 8. We are also going to be connecting with Consul General of Barbados at New York, Lorenzo Harewood. He is here on island, came in for the AA flight that will now be coming back into Bridgetown from New York City. And he made some time to come in and sit with us, present his credentials of sorts. We're going to hear a lot about what he's doing in New York City and his plans for the tri-state area as he continues on that journey, really taking care of Bajans in the diaspora. We're also heading out to the World Travel Market. We're going to London. That's right, the Barbados team from the BTMI, they're there a few hours ahead of us, but they're going to log on pretty soon, and we're going to get a chance to see exactly what the strategy is for them this time around. They're there, the minister, we have executives from the BTMI. They're all going to come on and share how it's been and what the plans are for marketing Barbados now and for the next year as well. And of course, we take in a little bit of how they are presenting Barbados to the world. There are lots of other things coming up as well, but we wanted to get started this morning by talking HR with the Human Resources Management Association of Barbados. As we often do, is very, very important that we stay on top of that. And of course, we're still congratulating them on a highly successful conference, Human Tech Expo, that came off. Now, Edward Millington is Principal Cybersecurity Consultant and Senior Lead Information Security Risk Manager. And this morning, we are here to talk about what people might deem the obvious, but others might not. Every single day, I do a business news, daily business news cast on a different sphere for radio. And every day, there's news about hacking, there's news about security concerns, there's news about data security. So we really need to get on top of those things. So good morning to you and welcome back.
Thank you very much.
Always good to have you here with us. First of all, your take on the expo, on the conference this time around. They got lots and lots of press for all the right reasons. Right. Mm-hmm. And I think it really hit the nail on the head in terms of where we're going with AI and generally technology.
Yeah, I think it was a wonderful conference. I think for all of us, being able to share technology, how technology can change, even HR themselves, and to enhance the human side of the business. All of us have fear with AI is going to be replacing us. We heard the president mention it by 2030, especially. I think it was really an eye-opener, not only for Barbados, but the region to understand not only that we need to embrace it, but how we can actually enhance employees from that particular perspective.
As an employee myself, my number one thing that I want to ask my employer to do is to make sure that they are protecting very sensitive data that belongs to me and indeed the rest of my colleagues. And that means, fostering a security conscious culture within the organization. How are HR departments able to achieve that, or what's the pathway to achieving that for those who've not started?
HR plays, as we all know, a very key role within the organization itself. And within the region, I think we are, and Barbados especially, we have to build the culture. So once HR realize that they are part of this culture building, which they are, regardless if it's good employees, in terms of the energy and so forth, HR can play a key role in the cybersecurity awareness and training, by not only in the onboarding, but also throughout the, I want to say life cycle, but the history of the employee throughout the organization, making sure that they adhere to policies, their particular training programs that continue to go on, meeting with other departments to be able to understand what the cybersecurity needs are. So they play a very key role, not only within the employees themselves, but also within the systems that they're going to be used. Remember that we're still within the region, our culture is not at that particular level, where you have like CISOs and other different persons operating within the organization. So HR could take a more greater role in terms of making sure that from a data security point of view and data privacy, that all those things are kept in check and compliant to whatever international standards or even standards within the organization itself that builds from international standards.
Let's get a little more granular than that. I don't think it's sufficient to say that they need to include good data security practices in their onboarding. What does that mean in real terms for people? What should you do? Let's lay it out as in a work instruction.
Right.
What should you do?
Well, for HR itself, make sure that the policies are in place to, like for instance, how they gather the person's information, they communicate how this information is going to be used, what is going to be, kept over a period of time. Also helping the employees how to communicate, not only within internally, but externally. All of us we work with external stakeholders, just casual. And we want to make sure that whatever information is shared, that is kept confidential, etc. We also have a part to play, which HR helps for you to understand that if you're using a machine, not to click on certain things. If a piece of information, let's say you're saying to notify particular persons within the structure itself. So if you go granular, it depends on the type of organization, their risks, or their understanding how that risk would affect them, and then build upon that.
Edward, is it expensive to be able to secure the networks? Because we're hearing about, the hacking of or phishing of or generally data being stolen from large organizations, from even cities. Just today in the Business News, I report that the city of Columbus, Ohio, they stole the social security numbers, telephone numbers, all the personal information of over 500,000 people. If these major cities with so many resources behind them and so are able to be hacked, and we've heard of the mass hacking, even of the U.S. government and various offices, how do small entities work to protect themselves?
Well, I always allude to persons is that in every hacking, you always see a form of weakness. So we might look at big countries and say, well, they have large sums of money. But if you look at their program, it's pretty non-existent, and we must be realistic. Even in our region, there's only so much financial resources that we can put into technology or securing our environment. We still have to do other programs and so forth for other human development. Can be very expensive, but what we try to communicate with entities is how you can understand your risks and strategically budget or support certain programs to build that. And sometimes it's not a lot of money, so it's just a level of awareness, how you treat stuff. And what we have to understand here within the region that still plays the world, our security design starts from the beginning, not after the fact. So let's take, for instance, I forget which hospital it is, they implement a management system, but there wasn't enough control. So majority of the time, a lot of money goes into training these persons how to use that. But then the hackers are just sitting on their smiling. As soon as it goes live, encryption, exfiltrate data, and the hospital had to go back using paper. Yeah. So we have to understand that security comes at the beginning and not after the fact. And I think this is one of the major problems that we continue to see through whatever organization, and that is where the HR steps into play. From time any program starts, you bring that user on, they're building the culture throughout the organization, they're always there to say, okay, are we doing what we need to do when it comes to cybersecurity, and not after the fact.
I know for the report that I told you about, how they were able to kind of avert the
Right.
hackers stealing more information is to disconnect
That's
from
correct.
the internet.
Right.
So they disconnected the database from the internet. We're in an era where people are working from home, where people are bringing their own devices in. A number of, most employees don't necessarily have company issued devices.
Right.
So they're coming in and they're logging on to the networks and so on. Is it sufficient? What's available in terms of what's available to us? Is it sufficient to truly protect employers and by extension employee data and the like?
Yes, but again, it depends on the financial context of the organization. And again, this is where HR come into play. If you as an employer, we're all employees, understand that we have that responsibility and accountability, not only to ourselves, but to our organization. It means then that we have to make sure we treat our devices as, sanitize it as much as possible. Because not every company can issue a phone. And even if they issue the phone, not every company can put the necessary software on that phone. So therefore, it's our awareness to make sure that we take our devices, we keep them up to date, we don't be downloading unnecessary software. If something is wrong, go back to the department and say, hey, I think my phone is running slow, I cannot explain it. So we have that responsibility to make sure, look, we are accountable. We need to have this knowledge. We go back to our HR and say, well, you know what, we need this more awareness training. So it boils down really to that level of awareness and our accountability to making sure that we not only keep ourselves safe, but the organization safe.
What about working across departments to be able to make it happen? Because again, HR would have to be working in tandem with IT and other areas to be able to not only share,
Right.
as you've suggested, but ensure there's compliance across the company.
Well, HR plays that key role. And as we try to build regional security or security within Barbados, right now I think that is the new role of HR. Unfortunately, HR, they might want to lash me a little bit, but when you look at that development, everything goes back to HR. And HR playing that key role with that interconnectivity, that organization between all the different departments, they can help build those particular what we call threads to make sure that one, not only you're compliant with data, but also enhance communication and so forth, which again comes through more awareness training, etc.
We tend to hear people in Barbados, it's not only here, but we say Bajans always blame
Correct.
government. But there's a role for policy at a macro level as well to be able to get a handle on these things. What must our politicians do to ensure that we're a little more safe in
Right.
terms of the protection of our data overall? I mean, after all, we've heard of such a breach even with a major governmental service.
Well, I consider, we can say it like this, our ministers, PS and so forth, already are human resources. So in any business, corporation, whatever it is, governance is very important. Otherwise, we have chaos. So therefore, they need to make sure that, one, they are building the cybersecurity capacity, not only of the country itself, but down to rudimentary within each particular sector, making sure that the sector is cyber resilient as much as possible. Start looking at how we can improve those policies, the awareness. Just I think in Trinidad, the government was actually providing some level of rebate of funds to help persons to improve the security. They have it pretty rough, sometimes money can encourage persons, but if you don't have that within your DNA that you want to improve the cyber resilience of your country, people only do it when they're forced to. So I think from a politician point of view, they need to make sure that they can build any DNA or awareness when it comes to cybersecurity.
All right, wonderful. And in anticipation, I researched a few tips that I think you should take into your day. Use strong passwords. So forget the dates of birth and the children's numbers and all that. That's easy to figure out. Enable your two-factor authentication. Be wary of public Wi-Fi. Just this week, or just last week, Governor of the Central Bank, Kevin Greenwich, said that as well. Regularly monitor your financial statements, particularly when you're looking at the bank and so on. Limit sharing of personal information online. Review your privacy settings. Make sure you ask questions and be sure to stay informed. I want to thank you as always for coming in and sharing with us. It's always great to see you and to hear about the wonderful work that you're doing in integrating cybersecurity into human resources management.
Okay, thank you.
All right, and indeed, a special good morning to all of the HR professionals across the island as well. The time is quickly moving on. Coming up next, the Consul General of Barbados at New York is going to sit with us and talk about all of his plans going into the new year. Stay with us.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
94.7 FM with the kind compliments of Great Health Works, agents for Omega XL and Probiotics. Guardian General Insurance Limited and the Cut and Drive Network brings live coverage of Cricket West Indies Home Series October 31st to December 19th. Join the action, brought to you by Great Health Works, agents for Omega XL and Probiotics. Guardian General Insurance Limited. Live safe, live easy, and the Cut and Drive Network.
We enjoy a game of dominoes and singing karaoke.
I just love crew.
When you love me just a little bit longer.
You get to relax and have a drink and listen to some nice music.
It's something different. It's spectacular. It's fabulous. You know, it's a different feeling altogether.
I never feel so good in a party yet.
Follow me to Q in the Community this Thursday.
So good in a party yet. You know why?
While you go about your business, we go about our business, and that is gathering the news. Stay up to date at CBC News Barbados on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Get news update on radio throughout the day. And join us for the CBC News Night at 7 every night. CBC News team is on the job and bringing you the news.
There is a saying, you can find a Bajan anywhere. Are you a Bajan living abroad? Or do you know of one who has migrated to another country? Well, we at Mornin Barbados would love to have you or them on our Bajan Afar segment. Share your amazing stories, experiences, and how you have adapted to a new culture. Send us an email to morninbarbados@cbc.vb. And together we will travel the world.
From the beautiful shores of the gem of the Caribbean, Barbados, home of the amazing Harrison's Cave, the tantalizing Oystins Bay Garden, our historic garrison, the indigenous road tennis, and the friendliest people in the world. We are 94.7 FM, the ultimate Bajan experience.
My friend, you don't plan to get it? Oh, Barbados.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
All right, peaking at the time is 6:26 already. The time just goes by a little too quickly, but we're happy to have with us this morning Lorenzo Herwood, who is Consul General of Barbados at New York. It's my first time having you on Morning Barbados. I'm most certainly chatting with you since assuming this position, so congratulations are definitely in order. Talk to us about the pathway to this particular position, first of all, as we introduce you to some people as well.
Okay. Well, the pathway has been not the traditional one by way of being a career diplomat, which I'm not. I would have transitioned directly out of the Senate, straight into the position. And I think that the timing was of the essence. We have a more demanding and changing diaspora up in there, perhaps a bit more youthful as well. And I think that on the discussion with the Prime Minister back then, I think she wanted a shift in terms of the orientation and focusing on the second and third generation and getting them inculcated into the overall feel of what it feels like to be a Barbadian, getting them back. And given certain legislative developments, I think the timing was of the essence to get someone with a different perspective to really carry the mantle in terms of the consulate and what's happening up here in New York and the other states that we cover as well.
What's that perspective?
Well, the perspective is that you are a Barbadian, if you are Barbadian in terms of having Barbadian heritage, that you have a lot to offer the Barbados, and that Barbados has a lot to offer you as well, regardless of if you hold a passport or citizenship papers, birth certificate, whatever. If you have heritage that you can claim from Barbados, we really want to capitalize on the assets that you have to offer the country, and we want the country to offer you as much as possible to make you the best possible person.
We often joke that everybody in Barbados knows everyone, but we know once you head into a city, a metropolis like New York and the tri-state area which you represent, it might be a little difficult to kind of get everybody on board and triangulate. So what's going on the ground?
A lot is happening on the ground. I must mention that there are 13 states that I do cover, not only just New York, New Jersey, but it's as far to the west as Rhode Island, as far to the east as Illinois. And you would think naturally that because it's a metropolitan city, that there are a number of things that are, in terms of discussions and engagements, that are well beyond the localized context. And that is nothing further from the truth. You will hear the same things being discussed here, being discussed up there, and you will not be surprised if you hear them in the same Barbadian accents as well. So there are concerns about some of the same concerns we have down here in terms of perhaps healthcare, in terms of food security as well. That is another concern. But there are a number of things that they also appreciate in terms of the direction Barbados has gone and the direction Barbados is going as well. So it is just another extension of Barbados out there. It's just in a much larger scale and much larger city as well.
What's your day-to-day like? I know you share a space with, you know, the BTMI. Invest Barbados used to be a part of that as well. So what's the day-to-day like in that space?
The day-to-day routine is rigorous. I've been asked by some staff when I first came to slow down a bit, but it has been rigorous. Every day is a constant flow of meetings and engagements. And for me, someone who has a training in a numerical science, like economics, I'd really like to walk away from discussions knowing what tangible gains I've made for the country. So it is meetings in the office, meetings away in the different states that I cover as well. And it is really a process I'm looking to do now in terms of activating the diaspora. We have so many persons, few and far in between, and getting to people all the way in Vermont, some in Rhode Island as well. It is a number of activities to which we're refining the overall work plan for the consulate, and that work plan includes Invest Barbados, it includes BTMI for sure, and also includes to a lesser extent, but we're still wanting upstairs on the 9th floor we have the mission to United Nations as well. Still wanting for sure, but we have different particular mandates, but it includes BTMI and Invest Barbados.
What are some of the projects that are ongoing or coming on stream soon that are an extension of what's happening at your office?
Yeah, for sure. So one of the things I noticed when I first walked into the office, I'll tell you how responsive we are. When I was there, I know recently we had Hurricane Beryl that passed, and we did recognize that there was a lot of processes that persons would usually take in terms of hurricanes or natural disasters in Barbados. None of it was written. What we've done, essentially, we started to do a draft disaster response protocol for the office for the first time. I recognize that there was a bit of a disjoint and disconnect between some of the youth down here and the consulate. So for the first time, we actually started an internship program at the consulate. We have, for the first time, an established, well-run Facebook page, LinkedIn page, tagged into the Instagram as well. One of the things that we're keen on in my first year is really communication and ensuring that people can have an appreciation and understanding for not what a consul general does, but what a consulate does. When persons hear consulate up in the States, traditionally, they're focused on passports, immigration, any matters dealing with that particular sphere. But it's also about the correct term in diplomacy, they call it commercial diplomacy. I call it business facilitation, but basically the same thing. And also our cultural expansion and projecting our culture as well. So there's a lot of activity that happens.
Oh, we know there's lots happening based on what you're saying. While you're here, is your you're back with the American Airlines direct flight between New York and Barbados. It's been quite some time since we've had that direct flight. What does that mean generally for us?
It means a stronger connection through another partner, American Airlines. I believe this would make next year, 2025, will actually make 50 years of that partnership, regardless of the pause that we've had. It also means that Barbadians have more options in terms of, and consumers definitely like more options in terms of flights. But it also means that American Airlines is reflecting that four-letter word that is coming out of the United States now since yesterday, which is vote. And I do mean a vote of confidence in Barbados and not a vote in U.S. elections, of course. But it recognizes that it showcases that there's a vote in confidence from American Airlines in terms of what Barbados can offer in terms of the airlift, in terms of doing business with us, because they do anticipate that we're going to get huge numbers coming into the Christmas and after the Christmas holidays as well.
Absolutely. So what was the flight like?
The flight was fantastic. We had a wonderful send-off at the departure lounge. There was music, there was food for the customers, there were engagements from BTMI as well. Fun and fanfare for sure. It was lovely.
Good stuff. What advice would you give young Barbadians? Happy to hear there's an internship program now in place who might be looking for a life in diplomacy.
I must say that when we rolled out the internship program, we had so many applicants. We had, I think, to my count, about 30 or 40 applicants, most of them from Barbados as well. I do have an engagement because I'm on work duty. I'm not here on vacation. I do have an engagement at University of West Indies later, and I'll tell the students there the same thing I'm going to tell any other person. You know, this thing called diplomacy and foreign affairs is not beyond them. Any person can do it once they apply themselves properly. And part of my mission, really and truthfully, is to showcase to the world, because I was in a position that they're in, from the outside looking in. It's a showcase that it is nothing that's really beyond them. And if they apply themselves, if they're interested to pursue it, then they can achieve it anyhow. Yeah.
All right, that's good stuff. And then, of course, you know, we hear a lot about the diplomacy, and people think it's all shuffling papers and signing documents, but much of that is people calling on you, particularly from the diaspora, to come out to speaking engagements to represent Barbados, and that is a major part of what you do as well.
It is. It definitely is, and you have to sometimes be very flexible to accommodate the diaspora, to accommodate other persons as well who may not be the diaspora, because when we talk about commercial diplomacy, I must be always ready to identify quality investment opportunities for Barbados, which we're doing, and which we are definitely reorienting the office and the approach to have that business approach. And I think we've done well so far. We've attracted the attention of some very notable investors through the awareness campaigns we have on LinkedIn and Facebook and stuff as well.
All right, that's wonderful stuff. Your advice to potential business partners, the fact that we have airlift again with American Airlines to Bridgetown, says a great deal for the opportunities.
Yes, Barbados is open for business. As I've told investors who reached out to me from Kenya, who reached out to me from England as well, Barbados is open for business, and they can reach out to the New York office despite wherever location they are. It's not a competition, but if they feel comfortable reaching out because they've projected us as an international country, feel free to reach out to the consulate. We're ready and we're open for business any day.
All right, and of course the flight came just at the right time. Even though the CG says he's here for business, he had an opportunity to take in some of the interesting things that were happening in Barbados over the weekend. So I'm sure that you will be sharing all of that with the team once you get back to New York as well.
Of course, and I'll share the work that I am very much focused on sharing with them when I get back as well.
Before we go, though, as we look to 2025, we know that we're going into another regathering cycle, and that will call for more, pardon the pun, trumping up of the base there.
Yes, for sure. And we do have some activation events. I've mentioned that I don't only cover New York, I cover 12 additional states as well. And I do recognize from as far as Vermont, we have a register of maybe 80-something persons on there. It has to be more than that for sure. But places that traditionally you don't necessarily think you're going to find Bajans, Rhode Island, another set of 70-something. Philadelphia, traditional hub, about 200 and something. This is just on a list, but we have hundreds more out there for sure. So 2025 and 2025, we're going to hit the ground running hard. We're going to activate those areas because we want Barbadians to know that we're all one particular diaspora, and they're part of Barbados as well to come back home.
Yeah, and people are so excited about connecting to their Caribbean heritage. I think is Caribbean time right now. Everybody wants to kind of make that connection and show that, they come from somewhere. They come from somewhere that a lot of them deem exotic. So a lot of second and third generation Barbadians, maybe they've lost that connection because the parents didn't travel home as much. They didn't have the at-home connection. What are you going to do specifically to target those generations of Barbadians who are not so au fait with our culture?
Interesting that you mentioned that, because this is one of the things that both the Minister of Foreign Affairs and the Prime Minister spoke to me about prior to taking this assignment. Now, there is a bit of a disconnect in terms of the formal disconnect, in terms of them having citizenship, but I do recognize that there is no disconnect in terms of who they relate to as Barbadians as well. Many young persons out there, from my observation and interaction, do not have Barbadian citizenships, the ones that are eligible, simply because the parents never really got around to making the application for them. And that is the common denominator we found. But in terms of targeting them, we have specific events for them that we're going to be looking at refining now in our work plan for 2025. But there are specific events that are in the works. I told the Dominoes Association, you may not find a number of young persons coming here that are Barbadians, because I think many of the other generations have moved past Dominoes to some extent. But particularly maybe a PlayStation 5, maybe some computerized game as well. Interact with them and you will have a bigger crowd coming out. So I say all that to say, gathering is all good, but it's just the approach that you apply to the different generations as well. So we're going to be looking at different events for 2025.
And I know it's easy to kind of target culture, arts, entertainment, trade, but are there any other specific areas that you would like to move into during your tenure?
Yeah, definitely. I am looking into the business is going to be the big focus for me. But the subsectors in business that we're looking at are going to be quite different. Suffice it to say, there is an ongoing discussion in terms of floriculture between a huge investor in New York and one in Kenya. And both of them have come to the extent that the office facilitated the signing of an MOU between two investors, two private individuals. Now, usually when persons think about business facilitation between a consulate or a mission and an investor, they think about putting government as a party to it. That is not the only approach. I think actually putting two private sector persons together, getting them run with a project as well, makes it a bit more efficient sometimes and avoids some of the bureaucracy that governments are associated with. So we're looking at floriculture. Agriculture is always room for that. Cybersecurity, persons have been reaching out. And Barbados is not as disconnected as some persons may think. When we had the news about the cybersecurity incident, the LinkedIn page in particular had about maybe 20 persons that reached out, one from Pittsburgh, one from Philadelphia, and even the gentleman that was on here early, he reached out as well to say, we can offer some assistance in terms of cybersecurity. So different sectors. All right, definitely some different things. And finally, any success stories that immediately come to mind that you'd like to share during your short tenure? Because I know there are often some really, really small wins that are seemingly small, but they're major as well. Well, I'll be a bit repetitive now. I think one of my major wins was the internship program. I think those interns really left with a sense of belonging, a sense of achievement, and a sense of not necessarily coming to be paper pushers, but they had a sense as to what the consulate really did. They went to meetings with me. They were introduced to key stakeholders as well. And my thing is, for my tenure, I would like to just remove the cloak and show particularly the younger generations, the younger diplomats, if they want to be diplomats, that this is nothing that's beyond their reach. Yeah. All right, wonderful stuff. Thank you so much for sharing with us. Thank you for reaching out. And like you said, we've been connecting online through LinkedIn, which, you've talked about how you are working in the digital space to make connecting a whole lot easier. And I mean, that just follows reason. So congratulations to you and the entire team. I know quite a few of the members of the team very, very well from over the years, working along with the team in New York as well. So a special shout out to that team. Thank you so much, CG, for coming in and sharing with us. Safe travels back. You're welcome. Thank you. All right. So now from New York, we are heading to London in a direct flight. The Honorable Ian Gooding-Edgell is in London along with Andrea Franklin, CEO of the BTMI, Cheryl Carter, Chief Operations Officer, and Javon Griffith, Chairman of the Board of the Barbados Hotel and Tourism Association. They're on next as we connect with them live from London. Stay with us.
Morning, morning, morning.
my friend, you don't plan to get her. Oh, Barbados. Hey, I'm KB Clean. Join me 6 a.m. until 10 a.m. right here at 94.7, the best and ultimate Bajan experience. My show is called Bajan to the Bone. Don't miss it, Bajan to the Bone. Weekdays right here and only here on 94.7.
The facts say Morning Barbados reaches an audience of over 50,000 and Newsnight reaches over 56,000. It's simple. When you advertise, you're getting your message to over 50,000 of your potential customers. Make the call to CBC Sales Department today and watch your business grow. Contact us at 467-5559 or email marketing@cbc.bb.
94.7 FM with the kind compliments of Great Health Works, agents for Omega XL and Probiotics. Guardian General Insurance Limited.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
The world travel market is home to the world's travel trade, and Team Barbados, they're in place and ready to go. We are so happy to connect with Minister Ian Gooding-Edgell from the BTMI. We have CEO Andrea Franklin and Cheryl Carter, CEO and COO respectively, as well as Javon Griffith, representing as chairman of the board of the Barbados Hotel and Tourism Association. I'm not sure if we're going to be able to get everybody in one frame, but we're hoping we can connect with all of you. Good morning and welcome back home. I see a Minister and Javon first up. So good morning to you, gentlemen. Or is it afternoon?
Good morning. It's still morning.
All right, Minister Gooding-Edgell, talk to me about the plan for Barbados, Team Barbados, going into the world travel market this time around.
Well, first of all, good morning and good morning to all Barbadians. I'm here, as you said, with Javon Cummins, who is the chairman of the Barbados Hotel and Tourism Association. We are indeed very pleased to be here in London. As you can probably see from the backdrop, our stand is outstanding. Right here in our pavilion, we received several compliments for it. In terms of what we're here to do, we are always here to promote Barbados, meet with our travel partners to get a better understanding of the market, a feel for the market, and to see how best we can obviously improve and increase business to the destination. I'm pleased to tell you that we have been very fortunate that we have secured additional airlift to Barbados. This winter season, for example, Virgin will increase the number of seats into Barbados from the United Kingdom. Virgin will be deploying a bigger aircraft, the Air 350-1000 aircraft with a seat capacity of 335 seats. Virgin commenced their double daily services from London to Barbados 2 months earlier than planned. We would have seen than they did last winter. This means that Barbados certainly will benefit as a destination from an additional 50,000 seats into the destination for this winter season. The double daily that Virgin commenced on October 27th, just a couple of days ago, from Heathrow, compared to the last winter season when the airline would have commenced the service from January 10th. So that's indeed a wonderful accomplishment for Barbados. We are indeed very pleased with the additional air seat capacity into Barbados from the UK market. Of course, the major change this winter season therefore means that we'll have more Barbadians travel into Barbados for the winter season. It also, in my opinion, confirms Virgin's confidence in destination Barbados, and the fact that Virgin continues to add as BA additional airlift into the destination, notwithstanding the challenges that the airline industry continues to be faced with in respect of securing new equipment. But the fact that Barbados can benefit from this expansion of service certainly speaks to the not only to the demand for Barbados, but also to the popularity of Barbados as a destination. I might also inform you that British Airways has also increased. They've gone from 13 flights to 14 flights for the winter season. So by our calculation, what will happen this winter season, since October the 27th of this year, a couple of days ago, Barbados will now have 28 flights per week from the United Kingdom, from London Heathrow into Barbados, and that will continue right through to the end of March. That's also separate and distinct, for example, for what Virgin will be bringing to the market from Manchester, and certainly what Aer Lingus will also be bringing with a 3 times flight, 3 times weekly aircraft from Manchester into London. That's Aer Lingus. So we are very excited. We believe that we've made the correct decisions in terms of our airlift strategy, and we will continue to expand the airlift strategy. Of course, the caution always the availability of aircraft. Like I said, it's becoming an industry challenge, and for us, it's something that we're monitoring. But I must say that the airlift strategy continues to prove rather successful for Barbados, and we will continue to build on that.
Thank you so much, Mr. Minister. As we move on now to you, Chairman, these things go hand in glove. With the increased airlift, can you say that the hotel sector in Barbados are ready to welcome all the new visitors we're hoping from the major source markets of the US and the UK, but also the new markets that we're hoping to be able to engage as well?
Yeah, so on the accommodation front, if we go back to last December, we would have welcomed the Wyndham Grand Barbados, which added 422 new rooms to our room stock on the island, and that is a significant development for the industry. Next up on our schedule is that we have the new Hotel Indigo, which is part of the Intercontinental Hotels Group. That opens in Hastings in May 2025. We also have Pendry Hotels and Resorts. Their first international location outside the United States will be in Barbados, just north of Port Ferdinand, and they will have 74 luxury suites, all directly on the ocean. Continuing on from there, we also have the new Blue Monkey Resort, which will be a 5-star luxury property right on the west coast of Barbados as well. Going further into the future, Royalton would have announced the new Royalton Chic Barbados, which goes at the old Discovery Bay, right in the heart of Old Town St. James. That will add 220 new suites in 2026. And the long-awaited all-inclusive Hyatt Ziva, that will add 380 new rooms and 28 luxury suites on Bay Street. So we have several new projects in the pipeline that will allow us to augment our room stock, and this will in turn provide accommodation for all the increased airlift, which Barbados will see as a destination in the upcoming year.
That's truly excellent. And speaking of the upcoming year, I know the general theme going into 2025, the theme for the World Travel Market Barbados Pavilion is We Gather in 2025. And of course, we know that this year-long celebration is meant to showcase the essence of true Bajan culture through various forms. So, Minister, talk to us about how you are sharing Barbados with the world with that as a backdrop.
Well, thank you. What we're doing here as we meet with our travel trade representatives and all our travel trade partners, we are actually promoting regathering. It's going to be a year-long celebration, parish by parish. It gives visitors as well as Barbadians an opportunity to immerse themselves in the culture that we have on offer. We are fortunate that we have an excellent showcase, indeed a variety of persons who will be invited to Barbados to participate. We also have a wonderful opportunity for those of us who are present here to share the success story of Barbados. So we, along with our travel trade partners, are actively promoting Regathering as a year-long event. It's going to be fantastic, and based on the response so far, we have a number of iconic places in Barbados, for example, Oystins, that demonstrates the immersion in terms of how we blend locals with visitors, and also the sustainability aspect of it as well. So I think we are in for a wonderful 2025. not only in respect of what we're doing on the hotel side, as Javon indicated, not only what we're doing in terms of our airlift opportunities initiatives into Barbados, but generally trying to build out opportunities for Barbados to grow and expand its tourism base. So we are very excited as our partners.
And I know that, Javon, you spoke about all of the new projects set to come on stream later this year and into 2025. There are certain directions that the world global travel market is going in. We're hearing a lot more about people interested in villa services and, of course, interested as well in Airbnb and things of that nature. How are you working, especially being exposed at the world travel market to maybe some of these services that are offered in other places to ensure that we stay in step with what's happening across the globe and can deliver on these services here in Barbados?
Well, that's a great question. I mean, here on stand this year, there are about 24 trade partners from Barbados present on stand. And this year, we actually have a record number of members in the villa market who are right here on stand. So we have Blue Sky Luxury, we will have Altman Real Estate, we will have Allen Real Estate, and they will be able to speak to the tour operator partners to show exactly what new products they have available coming on stream. And this, of course, will supplement the hotel accommodation which the destination has. So they are able to be here every day, meeting with our tour operator partners, meeting with travel agents, and just persons who are coming on stand to learn more about Barbados and all the accommodation that we have to offer. So I think they're well poised to get that message across to the trade this year by being here in London, present at World Travel Market.
And for you, Minister, I know this is the most influential travel and tourism event globally. We usually participate from year to year. What are some of these subtle or stark changes that you've moved to make, maybe to the booth or presentations, to ensure that people keep coming back to Barbados and we attract all new people to Barbados as well?
Well, one thing we've done is that, and thanks to the BTMI's team here in the United Kingdom, we've sought, and thanks also to the chairman and the Barbados Hotel and Tourism Association, we've sought to expand the number of persons who are joining us. I believe this year we have a record number. As the chairman of the BHD, Javon, indicated, we are very fortunate that we have the villa market. Now, what is important for us as well is because the villa market, as part of our vacation accommodation, is a significant portfolio that we have, and we have to continue to build out the villa market, and we're doing that on this occasion. We have received very positive responses from those travel trade partners who are here meeting with the villa owners, and they have all received what we're doing in Barbados in a big way. Therefore, we're going to continue to build out that segment. For us, it is a change. Obviously, when it comes to the other summer vacation rental programs, we want to involve more persons on the stand, and certainly next year we'll be increasing, I should say, our numbers and inviting as many vacation accommodation rental owners and operators to join us here on the stand. This is about Barbados, and we are very pleased with the progress that we're making in Barbados. I'd also tell you that on last Sunday, we had a major event at the Shard. It was very well represented, not only by our travel trade partners, by the BHTA members who are here with us on stand, but other partners and friends of Barbados. And that has also helped us to promote Barbados. So we are here as joint partners with the BHTA and all of the members, other ancillary service members, promoting Barbados. And this is what we do best when we work together to promote Barbados as a destination. And I can tell you that I'm very pleased. Like I said, if you look at the booth behind us, you can see the amazing work that the team did here in the United Kingdom to position Barbados. It's really an outstanding booth. And like I said earlier, we've received many, many compliments for the outstanding work we've done here at World Travel Market. And certainly we still have additional days to go. We will continue to maintain all of our contacts, see how we can grow the business. But one thing I can tell you that Barbados remains very top of mind with the travel trade. and therefore we are going to press on and try to even make Barbados a better destination as we progress.
Well, Minister Gooding, Edgell, and Javon, as happy as I have been that you made some time and shared with us this morning, and happy I was to see your faces, I'm even more excited about being able to speak with the team from the BTMI, equally so about the work they're doing behind the scenes and front of face to be able to make this happen. So I'm going to bid you adieu at this stage. We're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, we're going to get an opportunity to speak with the CEO and COO, Andrea Franklin and Cheryl Carter, respectively, of the Barbados Tourism Marketing Inc. Thank you, gentlemen. The ladies are on next.
Thank you.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
94.7 FM with the kind compliments of Great Health Works, agents for Omega XL and Probiotics. Guardian General Insurance Limited and the Cut and Drive Network brings live coverage of Cricket West Indies Home Series October 31st to December 19th. Join the action, brought to you by Great Health Works, agents for Omega XL and Probiotics. Guardian General Insurance Limited. Live safe, live easy, and the Cut and Drive Network.
We enjoy a game of dominoes and singing karaoke.
I just love crew.
When you love me just a little bit longer.
You get to relax and have a drink and listen to some nice music.
It's something different. It's spectacular. It's fabulous. You know, it's a different feeling altogether.
I never feel so good in a party yet.
Follow me to Q in the Community this Thursday.
You know why?
While you go about your business, we go about our business, and that is gathering the news. Stay up to date at CBC News Barbados on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Get news update on radio throughout the day. And join us for the CBC News Night at 7 every night. CBC News team is on the job and bringing you the news.
There is a saying you can find.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
Welcome back. This morning we're connecting with the BTMI team and Minister Gooding Edgell. Of course, he is Minister of Tourism and International Transport. And we are finding out exactly what's happening with the team, what the plans are. I worked a little too quickly to preempt the minister. He's still with us, but we're now joined by Andrea Franklin, who's Chief Executive Officer of the Barbados Tourism Marketing Inc. So I don't think I need to welcome the minister back. He's still here, but certainly welcome to you, Andrea. It must be pleasing for you to be able to see such a grand presentation as a representation of what Barbados offers to the world.
Hi, good morning. And certainly it is a pleasure to be here. It's obviously my first WTM in this role as CEO. And I'm delighted to see the response to the Barbadian booth, the Barbadian partners here, the number of partners that we have here with us. They're all reporting positive meetings, and we are looking forward to a successful 2025 based on some of the meetings that we've had with the tour operator partners so far and our airline partners in terms of looking forward to what we expect for the upcoming winter season. So it has been a great day so far. Yesterday was the first day, and we're now into the start of the second day, and we look forward to further conversations for the rest of the day.
Now, CEO, I know that we see a lot of the work you do. We're just coming out of a highly successful Food and Rum Festival, so congratulations on that. But let's talk a little bit more about the work the BTMI does on a daily basis and the work you're doing there to be able to make all of this a real possibility.
Certainly. So BTMI continues to be the ambassador, our team continues to be ambassadors for Barbados in all of our markets. And as you said, we are now coming out of a successful food and rum festival. And I want to say a huge congrats to the entire team. I think this year has been a remarkable showing, and we've had very positive feedback from all of our visitors as well as locals who attended the events. And not sure if you're aware, but we also would have been voted Best Culinary Festival for the second year in a row from the World World Culinary Awards. So the Food and Rum Festival, it kind of cements us now as the culinary capital of the Caribbean, and we will continue to do work with this niche in particular. In 2025, we have an exciting year ahead as it relates to what we have planned for the culinary product. But we also are looking forward to doing more work as it relates to our sports niche, our events niche, as well as our cultural heritage. 4 pillars are what we intend to build on as we go into 2025. The work in the markets continue. Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, no, you finish your sentence.
No, I'm saying the work in the markets continue in terms of building relationships with our partners. Hence, our presence here at World Travel Market, that's one of the key things about networking and continuing to build relationships with all of our partners, both from the airline perspective, the tour operator perspective. We also do a lot of work in the markets with our travel agent community, ensuring that we are doing the training, updating on all of the product that we have to offer in the market. Liaising with the Diaspora, who are also an important part of our tourism experience, and persons that come to Barbados and bring and recommend people to the island. So the team continues to work tremendously hard in all of our markets to promote brand Barbados.
All right, and for you, Minister, I know that you work closely along with the BTMI as well to be able to not only give a great showing for Barbados in spaces like the World Travel Market, but on an everyday basis to make sure that Barbados offers a 365 calendar to those people who are coming and for prospective people who are coming to Barbados.
Yes, that is correct, and even beyond that, the point that Andrew made earlier, the fact that due to the hard work, and I really want to thank all the employees who work for the Barbados Tourism Marketing Inc., both at the headquarters in Barbados and in our respective markets, and they continue to do a great job. Without them, Barbados would not be as successful as we are in terms of building out additional air seat capacity, in terms of building out additional properties. So I really want to say thanks. I'm really delighted that we were able to get Andrea as CEO to join the Barbados Tourism Marketing. And even more confident that with the support from the new Chief Operating Officer as well as Cheryl, she would go a long way in terms of go a long way in supporting what we do. But it's to the credit of the entire team that we're able to build out events. Now, what we're also working very hard at is to reduce the seasonality of tourism in Barbados. I think from what I said earlier, you will note that we've started the season a bit earlier than the traditional December 15th start. The fact that we have additional seats coming, air seats coming into Barbados, tells a story. And we believe, like we did last year, we started a bit earlier. We will begin to see the numbers in November increasing right through to the end of the last quarter of this calendar year, and certainly for what I believe will be a very good 2024-25 winter season. I might also add, in terms of cruise, we've had the Concorde Experience. The Concorde Experience is being used as an air-to-sea transfer. That is where we facilitate all the passengers who are joining the ships that are home ported in Barbados for sailing through the region and then returning to Barbados to come in. This is for us a wonderful opportunity, and the cruise sector I think will do very, very well again this year based on the preliminary numbers that we have. But for us at the BTMI and certainly within the ministry, I think it's down to the commitment of not only the workers at the BTMI, but the workers within the tourism sector in Barbados who continue to help us and to build out what we do best, and that is to give visitors the best possible experience that they have when they're on island.
Absolutely. Thanks for that, Minister. And you noted in your response the work of the team in the UK as well, and how important it is for all the teams working together with the BTMI and indeed all other partners, how important that work is to be able to make things happen. So for you, CEO, coming into this new role as CEO as the BTMI, and as you mentioned, being at the World Travel Market in this capacity for the very first time, talk to us about how you've been able to kind of triangulate with the US team, the UK team, and all of the teams who really make up the marketing of Team Barbados to be able to make this all come together in this way.
Certainly, I mean, it's important that all of our markets receive the necessary attention, and UK market has traditionally been the #1 producing market for Barbados. So it's working with the team here to ensure that we continue to find new areas to promote Barbados, to get into new territories, expand the footprint within the UK market, and working with the two operators here. Certainly in meeting with the operators here over the last day and a half, Barbados continues to be top of mind in this market in particular. So, I mean, the work here, we've been here for many years, and the work here certainly is a little easier than some of our newer markets. And we have good leadership here in the UK with Cheryl, who has been leading the last 9 years. So then it's also important for me to kind of share the love as it relates to working with the other markets. The US market, we know we have a tremendous increase in airlift coming out of the US market for this year. So a lot of attention and additional focus is being placed on that market. And again, working with the director in the US market to ensure that we can full and defend the airlift in that market. The Canadian market continues to be an important one for us, as well as LATAM and the Caribbean market. So we have directors placed in all of the markets, and it's important that I kind of share and understand what's happening in all of the territories and give them the necessary support. But I am confident that the leadership in the markets, they understand fully what's needed, and they're leading their teams to make sure that we can fulfill and meet the objectives met for each particular market.
Thank you, CEO. Now, we know that in addition to sharing about Barbados, this is also a great opportunity to look at some of the key trends that are happening across the globe in travel and trade and tourism. I can see, just glancing behind you, you're next door to Guyana, and they're working to move into tourism in a whole new way in the coming years as well. So, Minister, for you, what are maybe some of the key trends that you've been able to observe in this global space during the World Travel Market 2024 that you think Barbados maybe needs to align itself with to be able to stay in step with what's happening across the globe?
Well, so thank you for that great question. What we're seeing here is that there's a demand for Barbados, and that's the most important thing. In this market, demand is critical. The fact that within the market space, there's still some challenges with airlines and their equipment, that is capacity. We still have production delays and manufacturing delays. What we're doing, obviously, is position ourselves in such a way that we will, notwithstanding those challenges, be able to drive airlift to Barbados. Based on the travel demands, we're always looking to see what is the next best market that we should focus on. And in terms of what we refer to within the Ministry and BTMI as new and emerging markets. So based on our intelligence, based on the data collection points, we're looking to see how best we can expand into other markets. We're doing that very strategically. We're building airlift capacity out of the United States, as Andre indicated. Only yesterday, for example, we saw the return of American Airlines from New York's John F. Kennedy Airport into Barbados for daily service, which will continue through the winter. That aircraft yesterday had a very good load factor, and we expect to see additional loads. We have coming Saturday, additional American Airlines weekly service out of Philadelphia. That also will be for the season. That is going to be very, very complementary to the existing routes of Miami and Charlotte. And then, of course, we have Delta with the inaugural coming out of Atlanta, Jackson Hartsfield Airport. That starts on November the 23rd. And also the once a week service out of the Delta from New York. So we're responding to the demand for Destination Barbados. We will continue to analyze our data from our key data points, and we will continue to build out to ensure that at the end of the day, that Barbados benefits from its proposition in terms of what we have to offer as a destination, what we do as a country, and above everything else, we really have to say thank you to the workers, because the workers within the sector do help us to ensure that we also have a very high repeat guest factor, and that's something that's going for Barbados. So we will continue to align ourselves with all the key data collection points to ensure that we drive additional business to Barbados so that we can benefit, recognizing that tourism plays a significant but very important role in our Barbados economy.
Well, thank you so much, Minister Gooding-Edgell. Thank you, CEO Audrey Franklin, for making the time to share with us this morning. And we certainly hope that the W2M 2024 is all you expected it to be. We look forward to the final reports from you. Want to get back home to Barbados. Enjoy.
Thank you.
All right, time for another break here on Morning Barbados. So we took you from New York to London. We'll come back home and get a little more parochial after this.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
There is a saying, you can find a Bajan anywhere. Are you a Bajan living abroad? Or do you know of one who has migrated to another country? Well, we at Mornin Barbados would love to have you or them on our Bajan Affair segment. Share your amazing stories, experiences, and how you have adapted to a new culture. Send us an email to morninbarbados@cbc.vb. And together we will travel the world.
From the beautiful shores of the gem of the Caribbean, Barbados, home of the amazing Harrison's Cave, the tantalizing Oystins Bay Garden, our historic garrison, the indigenous road tennis, and the friendliest people in the world. We are 94.7 FM, the ultimate Bajan experience.
My friend, you don't plan to get it? Oh, Barbados. Hey, I'm KB Clean. Join me 6 a.m. until 10 a.m. right here at 94.7, the best and ultimate Bajan experience. My show is called Bajan to the Bone. Don't miss it, Bajan to the Bone. Weekdays right here and only here on 94.7.
The facts say Morning Barbados reaches an audience of over 50,000 and Newsnight reaches over 56,000. It's simple. When you advertise, you're getting your message to over 50,000 of your potential customers. Make the call to CBC Sales Department today and watch your business grow. Contact us at 467-5559 or email marketing@cbc.bb.
94.7 FM with the kind compliments of Great Health Works, agents for Omega XL and Probiotics, Guardian General Insurance Limited, and the Cut and Drive Network brings live coverage of Cricket West Indies Home Series October 31st to December 19th. Join the action, brought to you by Great Health Works, agents for Omega XL and Probiotics, Guardian General Insurance Limited. Live safe, live easy, and the Cut and Drive Network.
We enjoy a game of dominoes and singing karaoke.
I just love crew.
When you love me just a little bit longer.
get to relax and have a drink and listen to some nice music.
It's something different. It's spectacular.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
So we most certainly love to hear what's happening across the communities here in Barbados. Today is no different. We'd like to welcome, representing Hope in Every Heart community event and Earthen Vessels Ministries International, Sister Shanika E. Luther to Morning Barbados. And we also have joining us Brother Chetwin Rice. So good morning to both of you. Great to have you on with us.
Good morning, Barbados.
Hi, good morning. Great to see you again, Chetwin. It has been some time, but good to have you on Morning Barbados today. First of all, Sister Shanika, tell us a little bit about Earthen Vessels Ministries International.
Okay, so we've been established for over 10 years and we've been in the Clapham community for over 1 year. So last year we would have been on Mornin Barbados, where we would have had an event at Lofothern. It was like a faith-based entrepreneurship one. But this one we'll be having at the Clapham community where we fellowship.
That's excellent. Now, for you, Brother Chetwin, what inspired you to have this event, Hope in Every Heart community? What was the inspiration, or what is the inspiration behind it?
Well, as you know, the church is supposed to be the salt of the earth, and the pastor, Mrs. Nephilie Lane, this was her brainchild in relation to wanting to form a stronger connection with the community outside the four walls. So you would have, we'd have heard in the media many proponents within society saying that the church needs to be proactive and be more present in the community. So this event is seeking to facilitate that greater connection. And we're doing this in a very strategic way. So at the event, the Ministry of Education's Literacy Task Force will be hosting their first pop-up clinic, and this is to address the literacy levels, as you would have heard in the media, in relation to children. The clinic will also cater to adults, so I just want to say a big thank you to Dr. Sylvia Henry for her support. We're also partnering with the National Peace Program in relation to their Parent Wise program, because we're cognizant of the level of deviance we see among the youth that are being involved in gun-related crime. So for the pastor of my church, Mrs. Lane, and also the membership, we wanted to strategically partner with these agencies which can provide some level of support. And as I said, really actualize the scripture, be the salt of the earth.
Wonderful. Thank you for sharing that. For you, Sister Shanika, how do you think this work that you'll be doing aligns with the general mission of the church and what you hope to accomplish in not only maybe infiltrating, and you might consider that a strong word, but I think it's important for the church to be able to kind of intermingle at that level to the point where we can look at it as really being a part of, and not, when I say infiltrate, I mean that when you look, you shouldn't be able to differentiate. This is someone from the church, this is somebody from the world, as we often call it, or the community. So how does this align with your general mission to be able to get into the community and be a part of and set an example for what you want to see as change?
Okay, thank you. That's a great question. So one of our main missions, especially for evangelism, is to show love, give persons a sense of hope, because a lot of persons are walking around feeling hopeless, especially with the economy. So our mission is to bring hope to them, and yes, point them to Christ, which is the main key factor. But in this particular event, our mission is to extend love, and that is what the Bible says, by love men shall shall know you are my disciples. So in this manner, we are aligning what we're doing here is aligning with the scripture and also making it practical, because we'll be meeting practical needs as well. So, right, so as you see the poster, we'll be having food, drinks, clothing. We'll be having a taste of independence. So we'll be having like sweet bread, sugar cakes, tambourine balls, stuff like that. So what we're doing is just a demonstration of what the scripture says.
Oh, that's beautiful. Brother Chetwin, for the members of the Clapham community who are looking on, how do they get involved outside of coming out and sharing in all your offering for the event? It comes off on the 9th of November, again at the grounds of the Clapham Community Centre from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. Is there still room for people to come out and maybe generate a little economic activity? What are they expected to do, or what can they do to participate?
Thank you for that question. As Shanika said, we not only want to spread love, but in terms of to facilitate where necessary in the community, and actually allow them to be a part of some of the programs that we will plan to host. So this is just the beginning in terms of the outreach we plan. So, for example, we are strategically hoping that after this upcoming event, we can host events, training events in terms of education at the community center, whereby, for example, after the Ministry of Education task force, they conduct their diagnostic testing in terms of adults and children, that we can actually host a program which will empower them in relation to the areas, the deficiencies that in literacy and numeracy that have been identified, whereby they can actually be able to access employment. Because you would understand that if you're unable to read and write, then your advancement career-wise will be impeded. Also, we plan to conduct a needs assessment in the communities, so that we do not conceptualize within the four walls of the church what we think the community wants, but through that needs assessment, we have a better understanding of how we can, as Shanika mentioned, spread love, but also partner with the community members to fulfill their destiny, because each person within Clapham has a destiny given by God, and our aim, or one of our mandates, would be to assist you in getting as close as possible to that, whether it be through educational opportunities, employment opportunities in relation to strategic partnerships with private sector in the area of Clapham. So this is just the beginning, and God willing, we would have a follow-up interview where we can actually share some of the success stories in terms of facilitating that very integral participation of the Clapham community.
Absolutely, and thank you for coming on and sharing with us.
I just want to add something to what Chetwin said. So persons from the community, they're not expected to, come and help set up and stuff, but some are coming out. So, for example, the Clapham football team, they have indicated interest. They said, okay, we can come and help you, come and set up the Friday. They're interested in coming and helping us set up the morning. So we're definitely inviting the persons within the community to come out, and also persons who are not mobile, that they can be able to bring them. And just to add to the partnerships, we've also partnered with Let's Unpack It, which is a youth-led network, which is advocating for mental health for the youth. And then we've also partnered with Men's, which is led by Fabian Sargent, that fosters growth and support for men. And then we've also partnered with the Live Well Clinic at Emma Dash. I know they're famous now for the 10K challenge that's going on.
All right,
so
we have to leave
they
it
will
there,
be there from
Shanika.
12 to 2.
All right, so thank you for coming in, and thank you as well to you, Chetwin. We wish you best for the event coming up. Again, it's called Hope in Every Heart Community. And it's coming up November 9th, 2024 at the grounds of the Clapham Community Centre from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. Make sure you get on out and be a part of it. And I'm sure you don't have to be a part of the Clapham community to come out and enjoy and partake of and be a part of. Kudos to the church for making this move. It's time for another break. When we come back, the parish ambassadors are back.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
We enjoy a game of dominoes and singing karaoke.
I just love crew.
When you love me just a little bit longer.
You get to relax and have a drink and listen to some nice music.
It's something different. It's spectacular. It's fabulous. You know, it's a different feeling altogether.
Follow me to Q in the Community this Thursday.
You know why?
While you go about your business, we go about our business, and that is gathering the news. Stay up to date at CBC News Barbados on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Get news update on radio throughout the day. And join us for the CBC News Night at 7 every night. CBC News team is on the job and bringing you the news.
There is a saying, you can find a Bajan anywhere. Are you a Bajan living abroad? Or do you know of one who has migrated to another country? Well, we at Mornin Barbados would love to have you or them on our Bajan Afar segment. Share your amazing stories, experiences, and how you have adapted to a new culture. Send us an email to morninbarbados@cbc.vb, and together we will travel the world.
From the beautiful shores of the gem of the Caribbean, Barbados, home of the amazing Harrison's Cave, the tantalizing Oystins Bay Garden, our historic garrison, the indigenous road tennis, and the friendliest people in the world. We are 94.7 FM, the ultimate Bajan experience.
My friend, you don't plan to get it? Oh, Barbados. Hey, I'm KB Clean. Join me 6 a.m. until 10 a.m. right here at 94.7, the best and ultimate Bajan experience. My show is called Bajan to the Bone. Don't miss it, Bajan to the Bone. Weekdays right here and only here on 94.7.
The facts say Morning Barbados reaches an audience of over 50,000 and Newsnight reaches over 56,000. It's simple. When you advertise, you're getting your message to over 50,000 of your potential customers. Make the call to CBC Sales Department today and watch your business grow. Contact us at 467-5559 or email marketing@cbc.bb.
94.7 FM with the kind compliments of Great Health Works, agents for Omega XL and Probiotics. Guardian General Insurance Limited and the Cut and Drive Network brings live coverage of Cricket West Indies Home Series October 31st to December 19th. Join the action, brought to you by Great Health Works, agents for Omega XL and Probiotics. Guardian General Insurance Limited. Live safe, live easy, and the Cut and Drive Network.
We enjoy a game of dominoes and singing karaoke.
I just love crew.
When you love me just a little bit longer.
You get to relax and have a drink and listen to some nice music.
It's something different. It's spectacular. It's fabulous. You know, it's a different feeling altogether.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
Hey, it's 7:31, 29 minutes to go before 8 o'clock. We are always pleased to have the various parish ambassadors coming in as we look toward the Spirit of the Nation show 2024. But we know this is more than just a show, it really is a movement. So joining us this morning is St. Peter. I'd prefer to be somewhere in Speightstown or somewhere else, you know, on Orange Street, doing a little something, but here they are in the Pine. So let me say welcome to Greg Agard Balgrave, familiar face. He's chairperson of the St. Peter Parish Independence Committee. Good morning, Greg. Welcome.
Very welcome to be here.
I should say welcome back.
Yes.
Yes.
How are you doing?
I'm doing well, thanks. Good to have you with us. I'm representing with a little green for St. Peter today.
Always.
And we have two brand new spanking ambassadors. Spanking new, let me work out with these words. Lamar Collins, who is parish ambassador this year, following in the footsteps of his brother, who was ambassador last year. So good to have you with us, Lamar.
Thank you.
And also here is Faith Babb. So good morning, Faith.
Good morning.
And I'll start with you, ladies first, as always. You know, what got you into the entire Parish Ambassador program? I know it's a family in St. Peter.
Yes, it is. I actually know Greg outside of the program through church, and since last year he's been encouraging me to be a part of this program, and I like the idea of the title Parish Ambassador. So I actually joined the committee last year just to have an insight on what was going on, and I enjoyed every minute of it down to the show, and it convinced me that I need to take a chance on this.
Oh, that's beautiful. They're very, very lucky to have you representing St. Peter. Lamar, your story, I am assuming, might be a little different, considering that your brother Ethan was ambassador last year. Did Ethan convince you, or did you see how well he was doing, how much he liked it, and you were like, I have to do that too?
Well, it started because I sing, and I was representing St. Peter in the parish talent and the different events they had. And I saw my brother doing it, and one day we were at an event, and I said, I'm going to be ambassador next year. And he was like, you hear what he said, Greg? You got him next year. And then he had to go away to represent Starbucks in the barista competition. And I filled in for him. And I fell in love with the competition, with the program that week. And I was like, yes, I have to come out next year.
Oh, that's a beautiful story. Now, you were destined to be on Mornin Barbados by any means, because I'm told that you were, yesterday we featured the virtual launch of NIFCA 2024, and you were back there performing with the Marlon Legault project.
Yes, please.
So he's been on twice already this week. Greg, there have been some changes to the program, namely the community project, which is something that we've seen you participating in through the years. How does this change? How has this change impacted the way that the new ambassadors and the committee are engaging with the St. Peter community?
Well, this year, seeing that there was no project, we continued our project from last year, which is mental health. So they got to be part of that. We were looking to erect some billboards within St. Peter, within the schools, where we'll be sensitizing persons about places where they can contact the different agencies when they need help for this mental health that we are experiencing all around the world. So that is the continuation from our project, which we are hoping to complete within a couple of weeks with these billboards. So they got to be a part of that and see what working on the project would be like.
Okay, Faith, where in St. Peter are you from? And, you know, how are the other people in the community receiving you guys with these initiatives that you're undertaking?
Well, I am from Gays Village, St. Peter, so that's right in Boscobel. My neighborhood, they're not very familiar with me. I'm not a very outside person, and they were actually very shocked to see that I am parish ambassador now. So it actually has encouraged them more to come out and help with engaging community with us. And I like that because then I get to know them more, and I have a reason to, you know, come outside and be more engaging towards all of them.
Yeah, well, your personality is very infectious, as is your smile.
Thank
so
you.
I'm sure they're going to be very excited to come out and share with you. What about you, Lamar? Where are you from, and how have you been received across St. Peter?
I'm from Manners, housing area. For me, it's been, I walk through my community, I hear everybody, Mr. St. Peter, Mr. St. Peter. And, you know, it's good because where I'm from, you know, is a little rough, it's a little rough area. So people seeing me doing good is like, okay, not all bad just come from, you know, in the certain area that I am from. So it's been good.
Oh, that's good stuff. It's wonderful that you're able to engage across demographics and in different areas like you mentioned. Greg, what about you? Where are you from in St. Peter? And how has the committee, from your perspective, been received generally?
I'm from Speightstown, in the heart of St. Peter. And the general reception is very good. I believe we have a good rapport with the business places within Speightstown, the schools, the churches. We've been out there in the community for a while now doing good things. And one of our activities this year is what we call the Sybil Leacock Primary School Football Challenge. And this is going on between the primary schools in St. Peter. So that is coming to a close by next week. So we are engaging with everyone and we've been well received.
Oh, that's beautiful. My favorite spot in St. Peter is Sand Street for more reasons than one, but that's just now. At some points it's straight up Speightstown. I have relatives in Batalis. Good morning to the Hineses in Batalis. And I have friends all throughout St. Peter as well. So it's wonderful to have you in. It would be remiss of me to let you leave without asking you to tell me your favorite spot in St. Peter. For those people who are coming in or passing through, where should people go?
Well, for me, it would definitely be St. Nicholas Abbey or Cherry Tree Hill. I actually worked at St. Nicholas Abbey to tell you that it's a great experience for anyone to go to learn history, to taste rum if you want. It's a great experience, and there's also the train. But mostly Cherry Tree Hill because of the views. It gives you a great view overlooking St. Andrew and even the East Coast. It has a nice breeze all year round, and I love scenic views. So if you enjoy such scenery or beautiful views, I would encourage you.
Isn't it amazing how you guys claim Cherry Tree Hill and St. Nicholas Abbey and St. Andrew claims it too?
It's in St. Peter.
Huh?
It's in St. Peter.
It's in St. Peter? Tell the people from St. Andrew so. Lamar, what about you? Your favorite spot? Where should I come to in St. Peter?
The Dover Fort at the Courage and Parish School by the Cannons. It's a beautiful view because I went to Courage and Parish, so after school I will have after school activity and I will go by the Cannons and watch the sunset looking over Haywoods and you know, the hotels, and it's a beautiful view there.
You were at school really. You can look at the sunset. Had some company too? I'm kidding, you don't need to answer that. All right, Greg, so the Spirit of the Nation show is coming up. You know, I can see from all accounts that you guys are ready for the challenge and certainly out doing wonderful things in the community.
Yes, one more, we have an event on Saturday at Taste of St. Peter with a splash of pan. We'll be featuring a number of steel pans. The Cojan Parish pop-up band will be one, the Youth Symphony Orchestra, as well as the Allen School. So come on down to St. Peter on the 9th of November from 3 until 11. Bring the family out. We have a kids zone as well. So
where will it be? At
the Speightstown Esplanade.
All right.
Or what we call Orange Fort. So come on down from 3 to 11. You have Stiffy, Rhea, Hyper Sounds, Mikey. All will be performing.
All right, good stuff. So make sure you come out Saturday to the Orange Fort. I love that. I like the bakery across from the Orange Fort too. Know St. Peter well. Thank you both for coming in. Thank you for representing your parish. And I wish you all the best at the Spirit of the Nation show. Thank you. Yeah, good work, Greg.
Yes, and for that show, we have transportation leaving Speightstown. 4:30 by the Barbados Slum Company. There's a bus leaving to take you to and from the show.
A taste of Speightstown with a splash of pan. I love how that sounds. So make sure you come out and be a part of that as we continue to celebrate Barbados, embodying the spirit of our nation. A special good morning to everybody at the Community Independence Celebration Secretariat, ably led by Jessica Parish as well, doing fantastic work behind the scenes. And of course, still reeling from the success of the lighting ceremony on the 1st of November, which was last Friday as well. Hey, time for another break. We are going to get a chance to meet other parish ambassadors as the month goes on. But up next, we have some students from Close who are going to be sharing with us about an upcoming Calypso competition. Stay with us.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
We enjoy a game of dominoes and singing karaoke.
I just love crew.
When you love me just a little bit longer.
You get to relax and have a drink and listen to some nice music.
It's something different. It's spectacular. It's fabulous. You know, it's a different feeling altogether.
Follow me to Q in the Community this Thursday.
You know why?
While you go about your business, we go about our business, and that is gathering the news. Stay up to date at CBC News Barbados on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Get news update on radio throughout the day. And join us for the CBC News Night at 7 every night. CBC News team is on the job and bringing you the news.
There is a saying, you can find a Bajan anywhere. Are you a Bajan living abroad? Or do you know of one who has migrated to another country? Well, we at Mornin Barbados would love to have you or them on our Bajan Affair segment. Share your amazing stories, experiences, and how you have adapted to a new culture. Send us an email to morninbarbados@cbc.vb, and together we will travel the world.
From the beautiful shores of the gem of the Caribbean, Barbados, home of the amazing Harrison's Cave, the tantalizing Oystins Bay Garden, our historic garrison, the indigenous road tennis, and the friendliest people in the world. We are 94.7 FM, the ultimate Bajan experience.
My friend, you don't plan to get it? Oh, Barbados. Hey, I'm KB Clean. Join me 6 a.m. until 10 a.m. right here at 94.7, the best and ultimate Bajan experience. My show is called Bajan to the Bone. Don't miss it, Bajan to the Bone. Weekdays right here and only here on 94.7.
The facts say Morning Barbados reaches an audience of over 50,000 and Newsnight reaches over 56,000. It's simple. When you advertise, you're getting your message to over 50,000 of your potential customers. Make the call to CBC Sales Department today and watch your business grow. Contact us at 467-5559 or email marketing@cbc.bb.
94.7 FM with the kind compliments of Great Health Works, agents for Omega XL and Probiotics. Guardian General Insurance Limited and the Cut and Drive Network brings live coverage of Cricket West Indies Home Series October 31st to December 19th. Join the action, brought to you by Great Health Works, agents for Omega XL and Probiotics. Guardian General Insurance Limited. Live safe, live easy, and the Cut and Drive Network.
We enjoy a game of dominoes and singing karaoke.
I just love crew.
When you love me just a little bit longer.
You get to relax and have a drink and listen to some nice music.
It's something different. It's spectacular. It's fabulous. You know, it's a different feeling altogether.
I never feel so good in a party yet.
Follow me to Q in the Community this Thursday.
While you go about your business, we go about our business, and that is gathering the news. Stay up to date at CBC News Barbados on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Get news update on radio throughout the day. And join us for the CBC News Night at 7 every night. CBC News team is on the job and bringing you the news.
There is a saying, you can find a Bajan anywhere. Are you a Bajan living abroad? Or do you know of one who has migrated to another country?
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
13 minutes to go before the 8 o'clock hour. We're going to make the last few minutes of Morning Barbados today count with the Beacons of the North Calypso competition just around the corner. We just had to have some of the students in to tell us more about how they're prepping for that competition. Of course, CBC is proud to be a partner for the show. I think this is the second year running. So welcome senior teacher of the Half Moon Fort Primary School, Sonia Shepherd.
Good morning.
Good
Welcome.
morning.
Morning, Barbados.
Morning. Good to have you with us. And you've brought along half the school. But it's wonderful to have you guys here. Of course, the parents are off to the side as well. They're the ones who had to get up early and get the little ones here. So talk to us a little bit about the Beacons of the North competition, how it came about and what you're hoping to accomplish.
Okay, so the Beacons of the North Calypso competition was conceptualized by the staff of the Half Moon Fort Primary as part of our independence celebrations. We wanted to showcase the talent from the North. So initially, it was for the schools in the north and St. Peter as well as St. James. But last year, we got some invitations from Hildeskeen and other schools out of the district.
And they knew how to find St. Peter?
Yes, they did. St. Lucie.
I'm just being bad. Pay me no attention. All right, so next to you is Alyssa Cumberbatch. Alyssa, you are representing for the Roland Edwards School. And you're going to be performing for the competition. Tell us about your song, first of all, and why you picked that song for the competition.
I didn't really pick the song, but my song is Paradise by TC.
Who picked it?
I think my PE teacher.
Oh, I thought you were going to say the song picked me. Mm-hmm. Yeah, was it difficult to learn the words?
Not really. Once I heard it like once or twice, I got the lyrics quite well.
All right, good stuff. So you'll be channeling TC in your performance, costume and everything, or you guys are performing in school uniform?
I don't really know yet.
All right, we're going to figure all that out. Up next, we have Janae Taylor, who is from All Saints Primary. So tell me a little bit about the song that someone picked or you picked that you'll be performing.
My teacher picked the song, and I'm performing the song because I want people to know that I'm still here and that from everything that they have told me,
What's the name of the song?
Still Here by Grateful Cool.
Did you know the song before? Was it a song you liked or did you have to learn it?
I had to learn it.
All right, that's good stuff. That is indeed a beautiful song. Up next is Eden Graves from the Half Moon Fort Primary School. Now, Eden, you know you have a tough act to follow because it's your school that kind of conceptualized, you came up with this one. So tell me about the song that you will be performing.
I will be performing I Can't Imagine by Red Plastic Bag.
Did you know the song before?
No, please.
Did you get help picking the song?
No, please.
Who picked the song?
Mr. Roach.
Teachers getting sold out today. That's good stuff. Did it take you a long time to learn the words or was it easy?
It was easy.
All right. Up next is DeCary Coleman, and he's representing for St. Bernard's Primary. What song will you be performing?
I will be performing Boy from Just J.
Did you know that song before?
Yes, please.
I know that you would know that song. That's one of my favorite songs for the Crop Over Festival. Who encouraged you to enter the competition?
My family and my teachers and my friends.
Did you always think that you could sing Calypso?
Not all the time, but I believe that I can do it this year.
But now you think you're pretty good at it, right?
Yes, please.
All right, good stuff. Next to DeCary, we have Josiah Gibson.
Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning, Barbados.
Good stuff. Of the Hilda Skeen Primary School. What song are you going to be performing for us?
I'm going to be performing Nice and Easy by Lorenzo.
Yes. Was that a song you knew before or did you have to learn
No, please. I had to learn it.
That's a little older?
Yes, please.
Yes. So, why did you enter the Calypso competition?
Well, I like singing a lot and representing my school, so I decided to enter the competition.
So you've performed in other competitions as well?
Yes, please, Junior Monarch.
All right, good stuff. Under the name JoJo?
Yes, please.
Good stuff. How did you do in Junior Monarch?
I did very good. I was a reserve for tents and stuff.
All right, that's good stuff. How are you balancing all the work you have to do as a prefect? And now with all of this, you must be a very busy gentleman.
Yes, please.
All right, pass the mic over to our next lady, Ramanda Critchlow, who is with St. Paul's Primary. What song will you be performing?
I will be performing Soca Junkie.
By Mr. Dale? Are you a Soca Junkie?
Yes, please.
Did you know that song before or was it difficult to learn it?
Kinda.
All right. What are you looking forward to most about the competition?
That to just do my best.
All right. That's excellent. Next to her is Princess Blackman from Hillaby Primary. What song will you be performing, Princess?
Blessings by Lorette.
Did you know that song before?
I heard it, but I didn't really know
You didn't know the words. So did it take a long time to learn the words?
No, I learned songs quick.
I'm sure you do. What are you looking forward to most in being a part of this competition?
Winning.
I love that. Have you competed before?
Yes, please, last year.
In this same competition?
Yes.
And how did you do?
I came 7th place.
All right, that's good stuff. Just being able to make it to the final is important. Jahaden Vaughn is next, and he is from St. Joseph Primary. Jahaden, what song will you be singing?
Not Missing Me.
Not Missing Me?
Yes,
Are you going to sing a little piece of the song for us? Let's go. I'll help you. I can be the backup. No? You're not ready? Who picked the song, Jahaden?
A teacher at my school that
Talking to the mic.
A teacher that at my school named Miss Doty.
Miss Doting?
Yes, please.
She picked the song and you like it? Was it difficult to learn it?
No, please.
All right, so you learned it in like 1 day?
No, please.
2 days?
No, please.
1 week?
Yes, please.
Okay, that's all right. Good stuff. But it's wonderful that you have so many schools represented, Ms. Shepherd, to be able to compete. Tell us more about the competition, when it comes off, and how we can be a part of it.
Okay, the competition comes off on Friday at the Half Moon Fort Primary School. Admission for adults is $5. Children pay just $1.
$1?
$1.
I didn't know there was anything in Barbados for $1 now.
$1.
But now you pay $1.
$1 for children.
What could I get at school for $1 back then? A snow cone. I know snow cone is not for $1 now. At one point, bus fare was Did you guys know that at one point bus fare was $1? When I went to school, bus fare was 75 cents.
50 cents.
That was
60
many,
cents.
many years ago.
Same
Too
here.
many years to
Same
mention. Yeah, but let us know, what this competition does for the children generally in terms of maybe building their confidence and celebrating our independence and so on.
Yes, it does. We wanted to create a stage or a space where the students could showcase their talents and maybe encourage them to go a bit further in this art form. So we thought this was a wonderful way to encourage and include the students of the schools in Barbados.
Where will it take place?
Half Moon Fort Primary, Clinkett's Garden, St. Lucie.
Do you have enough space for all
Yes,
the
we
people
do.
who are coming down?
We're a small school, but we have the space.
We're going to make space for
We
them.
will have the space, yes, please.
All right, Jahaden, I want you to tell everybody, look into that camera over there and tell everybody why they should come see you in this competition. Because why should they come and see you perform?
Because I'm going to win for my school.
See, that wasn't that hard. Pass it over to Princess for me. Why should they come see you, Princess?
So they can enjoy the good time like me.
All right, I'm sure you're going to have a good time. Romanda? Because it's going to be fun?
Yeah.
Yeah? I look forward to hearing these songs that you guys are going to perform. Josiah is going to be taking it nice and easy on stage. Why should people come out to see you? Your friends, your family, your schoolmates, teachers?
Because I'm a good singer and I think they'll have a lot of fun there.
Yeah, I agree. I think it will be loads of fun. Carrie, do you agree? Do you think it will be loads of fun for people to come out and be a part of the competition?
Yes, ma'am.
And how is your practice coming along?
Very good.
Yeah, you incorporating some dancing and...
I'm incorporating some dancing and some better singing.
All right, that's good stuff. As we move back down, Eden, yeah, how's practice coming along for you?
Great.
Yeah, in what way? Are you practicing every day? Are you looking in the mirror to see how you look when you sing and all that stuff?
Every evening.
Every evening after school. So nobody can kind of bother you. This is your time to practice.
Yes, please.
I appreciate that very, very much. Janae, are you ready for the competition?
Yes, please.
Yes. How has practice been going?
Good.
Yes. In what way?
I would say in a very good way.
You're getting better as you continue to practice, yes?
Yes,
That's what practice is all about. And Alyssa, for you, how have you been preparing in terms of practicing? Are you getting in a lot of practice every single day? And who are you practicing with?
I'm practicing by myself, but whenever I'm at school, I practice with one of my friends that might be coming.
All right. Well, we hope that friend comes. Congratulations to all of you for being a part of the competition. Let's applaud everybody else. And you are all winners. I certainly hope that you're going to have a good time. I know we recorded it last time to be able to show it to Barbados. So all of Barbados might get to see, but we encourage everybody to come down to Half Moon Fort Primary to be a part of the Beacons of the North Calypso competition, conceptualized back in 2022 by the planning committee of this primary school, and really seeing it as an activity to be able to not only expose the children to our culture, but to enhance their skills as well in terms of engaging with others and stage presence and all that wonderful stuff. So thank you to you, Ms. Shepherd, and the entire team for pulling this together.
Thank you so much.
We have to say thanks to the parents who are all here. It's an amazing feat to be able to bring so many children together from so many different schools. With that said, we also have pontifications and poetry coming up this week, the recording. You'll get to see it on TV8, but it's going to happen at the Sanctuary Empowerment Center on Thursday and Friday, and it's now open to members of the public to be able to come out and share with it. All right, that's 8 o'clock. The time is up. Thank you for spending the last little time with me here on the show. That's it from us for today. Wednesday, we have loads planned for you tomorrow. Can't find it right now? That's right. Okay, so the St. John and St. Michael Parish ambassadors are going to be here. Plus, the Boxing Association will be here in preparation for the Caribbean Championships. And we're talking about the Glucerna 5K walk and run and sharing with you how you can make some 1-minute smoothies with Glucerna. That's tomorrow. Do stay with us on TV8 as we continue to update you on the American election and all the results that are still coming in. The news comes at 12 o'clock as well. From all of us, have a great day. Bye-bye.
Wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up. Barbados, get up. Good morning.